So, what's up, guys? So, I thought while I had a second alone, I would address some things. I did not think that the Coppa thing was gonna, like, I knew that it was supposed to affect artists, right? But I didn't know that it was going to, like, really affect us, like, it recently has me. Which is really not that big of a deal. It's not like they're suing me or anything like that, because they're not. But one of my recent videos, and almost all of my videos, if you've been watching from the beginning, you know that I have little commentary boxes, and the lettering in there is almost always colorful. And it's multicolored, which is one of the things that apparently they feel like could possibly make your video directed towards kids, which... Again, if you watch my channel and you've been watching me from the beginning, you know that my channel is not for kids for the most part. I mean, for overall, it's not, I'm in no way directing my channel towards kids at all. My own kids don't even watch my channel, I'm pretty sure, and neither will my grandchildren, except for the videos that I've made for them. But, so back then when all that stuff was coming up, I had come up with like a couple of little things that I could just possibly put at the beginning of my video and or later on at the beginning video on my channel. So just explaining, sorry, I can't words for garbage, that this channel is not for children. So, and now I would like to share some of the kooky stuff that I wrote. M's Mad World and its creator, M, that's me, strongly encourages you to go forward in life, promote positivity as much as possible, watch more sunsets, chase more rainbows, and go skinny dipping at least once in your life. Know that unicorns are real, and remember we all go a little mad sometimes, so please just enjoy my side of the madness. Oh, look, I found a blank piece of paper. Yay! That's awesome. Let's do that. So, what's that? Let's see. The next part says, this is not a G or even PG rated channel. This is mainly because M, again, that's me, at M's Mad World, has somewhat of a colorful vocabulary. I'm working on dialing that language back as much as possible, but it slips sometimes. Who gives a shit? Because it's not for kids. And with that being said, do not attempt anything other than paint pouring that you see in videos. Do not take everything we talk about as something that any of us, M and my multiple personalities here at M's Mad World, believe in or condone, as we are open to talk about many things that we may or may not believe in or be affiliated with. And of course, this one is for you parents of smaller children. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Oh, wait, I threw that one down. And I'm good. So, yeah, so, with that being said, M's Magic Hands are proud to present to you M's Mad. Welcome. Okay, it's working. So I'm in a somewhat funky mood. I don't really know how to describe my mood other than it's funky. And so we're going to sit here while I space out and try to cheer myself up. Like, I've got to talk to myself and I've got to have a little powwow with myself so that I can work through some shit. And sometimes if I don't do that, like if I don't write or I don't talk to myself and I don't work through, excuse me, I got the hiccups, and I don't work through it, then I'll end up bottling it all up, and it could be really not cool. I'm hoping that's just because I bumped that thing behind me and that it's not moving on its own, because I don't have a fan going in here either. So, well, here we go, Em. Let's address that for starters. That is the dullest coloring I've ever seen anybody do their hair. So, looked like I had some makeup on my eye, but either way. Also, let's talk about this. See this color? We're going to wave bye-bye to that. It's called Good Vibes. That's why I got it. See. If it will. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, you get the gist of it. It really says Good Vibes. So I'm going to switch it up. And I figured we could all use a little bit of luck right now. So this is called Lucky. So that's what I'm going to do later, is switch it up. Because I've been trying to do something other than black fingernail polish. But I constantly feel myself wanting to revert back to the black fingernail polish. But I've been hanging on. I've had this curl on my nails for like about a week, I guess you could say. Because it's enough to where I've been able to like push my cuticle back again. And you can see that it's like, you know, it looks like, you know. See right there how you can see where my nails are growing. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I also, some of my paint did start drying up, so I have to switch out the cups and all that crap that it's in, which that really frustrates me because I really hate wasting paint and stuff like that. I hate wasting anything, but I really hate wasting food, and I really hate wasting paint. Just because food should never be wasted, and paint because it's expensive. So there's that. I have canvases. This is what's killing me. It's not like I don't have the material to do art, because I have it. I just am stuck in a rut, and like I said, I have to work through stuff. I need to deal with some stuff. I need to process some stuff. And then of course I got all this stuff going on with those damn death clocks, and like, so what I've decided I'm going to do with that is because they're trying to, you know, of course the average is possibly going to change because of the pandemic, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the amount of deaths every day that we have in the United States. And this is not that's in the section for coronavirus. This is just the general amount of deaths, the number of deaths that we had, period, whether it was coronavirus or not. These are the deaths that we had. So I'm going to write down the ones for the United States every day for the month until further notice. And then at the end of every month, I'm going to add them up and get an average for the month. And then I'm probably going to do this for like at least a year, so that I can get an average and then see what they come up with as an average. There's a couple of websites that I use. That's Index Mundi, and also I found the CIA World Fact Book through Index Mundi. So they're all on there, and I'm going to make sure that I'll leave the links for those in the description below. Also, I am all about freedom of speech. Like, I cannot stress that enough. So anytime that I stumble upon a creator that is being censored, I like to bring that to light, because I think censorship is wrong. So with that being said, I want to talk about the channel called, I'm sure some of you have heard of it, because this dude's really awesome. He always has some really cool guests anyway. So like Graham Hancock. But it's called London Real. And he just recently had like Sean Atwood on there and stuff. So, but he had David Icke was his most recent guest. And of course, if you aren't familiar with David Icke, he was one of these like extreme, like what would you call it? I wouldn't call it a pseudoscientist because he's not a scientist. He was originally a news anchor and worked specifically in the sports, but over time he started being like what we call investigative journalist, because that's what real journalists are supposed to do anyways. And he started finding all these weird things coming up, and consistencies that were linking those things that were coming up in with the deep state, the cabal, and that rabbit hole. So if you want to go down that rabbit hole, you can go to David Icke's YouTube channel. But the one I'm talking about, again, is London Real. It had David Icke on there. And once it got to about, I think he said 50,000 views. And David Icke was specifically talking about the C word. COVID-19. But anyways, so then once they got to about like 50,000 views, then they shut it down and blocked it. And literally, you can't view that particular podcast or episode or whatever. So, if you want to go support freedom of speech, go to London Real, subscribe to their channel, or subscribe to my channel, because I support freedom of speech. And I will try to do my best to make sure that any channels that I recommend also support freedom of speech. I can't imagine why anyone wouldn't support freedom of speech, but you never know these days. You just never know. So, real quick, I'm going to find my phone, and I'm going to get you today's, at the current time, I'm going to get you get that death clock and get you the numbers. And then I'm going to switch my cups, hopefully, and I'm going to paint, because I swear to God, if I don't get paint, I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to hurt somebody. It's going to be bad. I might need bail money, but they're not even taking people to jail right now, so I don't know what they would do in a situation like that. Best to not get yourself in a situation like that. Anyways, let me find my other phone so I can get you those numbers. Okay. Ta-da! Just like that. I'm back. Oh, excuse me. And why is what the freaking crap? I've had that thing plugged up forever. See, I'm so bad for this is probably why I don't have friends, just to be quite honest with you. I don't ever get on my phone unless it is to Google something, or to read something, or to talk to one of my kids. I'm really antisocial. So this whole thing is it's affected me, but it's not, if you get what I'm saying. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that get what I'm saying, but still. Nevertheless, my phone has been plugged up for effing ever, and I'm really PO'd because it's on 34%, which is stupid. So, let me get out of this app that it keeps bringing up. And then hopefully it's not because my phone's done. That would uber suck, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, Chrome. Let's go to those Index Mundi. Index Mundi. And the way to type it in to where you'll get to the right link, if you do look it up this way, is how many people die every day in the U.S. before the coronavirus pandemic. Or you can type in as of 2018, and that'll probably get you there quicker. Let me see. Here we go. Yeah. It'll take you to this thing called indexmundi.blog, or indexmundi blog. And then you can go to a link that is specifically for the United States death clock. And I'm getting ready to go wash my hands. I promise. I just got my tissue, I think, fell on the floor. So, I have plenty of hand sanitizer. Okay, so, it says that at the top, it says the numbers on this page do not include deaths due to COVID-19. Our estimates are based on deaths reported before it started. Check our coronavirus section for information about daily and total deaths caused by the virus. Now, I want you to briefly ignore that I said that because as of March of 2018, like I told you earlier, the average was 7,542. That's the specific number. No, sorry, 7,452. I'm dyslexic, so what? Who cares? That was the average, and that included all deaths. Like any death that was reported in the United States that day went in there, whether it was the flu or whatever. Okay, so that's the reason why I said ignore that I just told you, because it's saying that those do not include that. Well, here's the thing: how would they know whether or not all of those deaths do or do not include that? I think that's kind of a funny thing to say. And then it says that, so you mean to tell me that you have this clock and you're estimating it based on deaths that reported before the pandemic started? I thought this was every day. So you can't really, you know what I mean? Question everything. Okay, but today the number of deaths in the United States so far, and it is 6:00 p.m., right? So we've been, we're well into the day. We're almost over with. 5,846. Now, granted, they're saying that doesn't include coronavirus deaths. So why would you not include those? And what is the separate number? Because I'm guessing that you wouldn't include them because you don't want the total number to be really astonishing. And you wouldn't want to just keep the coronavirus numbers separate because they themselves are probably really low. That's what I'm thinking. Because we haven't even reached 7,000 today. I'm sure we will. But what I've done to make sure that I get every day's last total number of deaths at the same time every day is I have my alarm set to remind me at about 11:55. So I will go into my phone every night at 11:55. I'm going to. So I'm staying up for you guys. And I will check the time and I will note it. I will write it down and I will note the time down that I wrote it. And I'm also doing this for the state of North Carolina. Okay, now it says I'm going to show you real quick. Oh, there is such a bad glare. Oh, that's terrible. Anyways, it says you can go, I'll put the link in there. The source is the United Nations World Population Prospects from 2019. And then underneath it, it does a state by state. And you can click on your state and it will tell you the number of deaths per year in that state, the number of deaths per day in that state, per hour in that state, number of deaths so far in 2020 in that state, number of deaths today so far in that state, and the number of seconds in between deaths. I don't know why we would need to know that information. That's one of the weirdest things, I guess. I don't know. But I did notice last night that when I was looking at it, there was a time period where, a long period of time in between deaths. There was it was at 9. This was at 2:00 this morning. And then it seemed like forever to die. I'm not excited that it took forever. In fact, I'm actually happy that it took forever. That means it's taking longer for people to die, which could be a good or bad thing. It just depends on how you look at stuff. If you're a glass half empty or half full kind of person, just whatever. Let's not get into that. But yeah. So let's see what North Carolina's numbers are for today. North Carolina's numbers for today so far, it looks like it is 194. Yeah. In North Carolina today. Now, I don't know what the average was per day in North Carolina. You got to just go through that website and you can find it. I'm sure you just, you got to look for it. Can't do your homework for you. I can bring you some of the information to the table, kind of, and tell you which direction to look when you get there, but I'm not going to do all your damn homework for you. Think somebody did this shit for me? No. I've been doing a lot of this stuff solely on my own. And if it wasn't for the fact that my friend had pointed me in the right direction just by saying, hey, have you ever thought about looking at it from this angle? And I was like, no. But that's a good idea. And then ever since then, the world looks so different to me. And everything is different. And I don't want to go around and be like, oh, I'm woke or whatever. But I feel like if you go around saying that, you're probably not. there's probably some things that you're just jumping on the bandwagon with, and you didn't really do your homework, and so you're probably not really woke. You're probably like half asleep. So you just got to do your homework, people. It's out there. The truth is out there. The information that you're seeking is out there. You just got to do your part. So that being said, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to go do my daily routine of quickly run and grab hand wipes that I was so blessed. My sister gave me a little container of these things called Crudbud. That's what it is. Crudbud. They're little hand sanitizer wipes, or not hand sanitizer wipes, but multi-purpose cleaner wipes. And it comes in a little thing. It's like about this big. You can sit in your cup holder in your car, and it is made with alcohol, so it does disinfect. So every day I go and I wipe down all the door handles, all the light switches, the remote. I would prefer. That's why I kind of hide the remote right now, because I just don't want anybody just anybody touching the remote. I don't have anybody coming over to visit because we have a stay-at-home order. So by anybody, I mean my significant other, and because we do have to travel in and out of the house sometimes to go to the grocery store or the gas station or whatever, I just want to wipe stuff down all the time and be precautious. So that's what I do. So I'm going to do that and hopefully get my paints moved out of the cup, because they're starting to get thick. They're not dry. They're starting to get thick, and I need to fix them. I need to mix them back up and get some of that going. So let's see if I can get that done. Also, just want to drop a little hint. Mel Chin Wake. Mel Chin Wake. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google it. Look it up. Type in Mel Chin, type in Times Square or Wake. And then boom. But guess what? I'm going to take you to see it in person. So Google it, and then we'll get back, and then I'll show you what's up. Okay? Beep-boop. Beep-boop. Boop. This person, like right in front of me, who keeps cutting me off and keeps like switching lane to lane. It's pissing me off. And their tag says they are from New York. Right? New York or New Jersey? Okay, yeah, New York. What in the fucking fuck is somebody from fucking New York doing in North Carolina? That's the damn problem right there. That's like one of the fucking hot spots. Fucking idiots, man. I